Teddy, you see that? All these characters are made of plate steel, right? So it's all sort of rusty, but I think it's pretty cool. And that one there, Man with a Dog, right? Very effective. And some time ago, we were up here in the evening, it was dusky, and Teddy actually walked up to that dog from a distance, very cagily, because it looked like a real dog from a distance. And he went up and sniffed it. Then he realised, no, didn't you, Ted? Eh? Didn't you? Yes. It was quite funny, but it tickled me. So walking the dogs today, and you know, I thought, oh God, there's so much I don't know. It's infuriating, you know, about world events to the point you want to give up, don't you? All the information you get, like from the news, or any news, right? Some are better than others. Some are clearly biased towards the government, you know. And but it's quite frustrating. Just take, for example, this fisherman malarkey thing. They'd give away the rights. Now, I don't know enough about it. I haven't got all the information. But those that seem to have a fair amount of information come out and say, no, it's not very good. Of course, the most obvious people to ask is the fishermen themselves, isn't it? You know, they're the ones that are directly affected by it. Someone should ask somebody to explain how it impacts them. Of course, Kier Starmer is not the most, what is he? He's not the easiest man to warm to, is he? You listen to him talk and things he has to say, and everything is bullshit. For everywhere you go now, it's bullshit. And it's information is given or statements are made, and they're all just to tell you how good things are. This is good. No one ever says we're going to have a problem and we're going to have to tighten our belt, or we're going to have to do that to get this, or whatever. They don't detail it for you. And then you've got the people that come up who are reasonably well informed, and they'll say, oh no, that's wrong because blah, 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 blah. And half of these people don't really know. They're talking emotionally instead of clinically or analytically. You know, they haven't analysed it. Not to a high degree. You know, it's just frustrating to the point you go, I don't care anymore. I just don't care. But the only way to make change or improve the world as we see it as individuals. And if we're not happy, we can't function, we can't produce stuff. And, you know, that's a long drawn out statement if I was going to go there. But it does make you want to go, I just don't care anymore. Anyway, coming back to, all you can do is find what you think is a decent man with just common sense. I don't want some educated fuckwit running the country. And Starmer, to say the least, he's so smarmy. He's just sickly, smarmy. He talks, he's so up his own arse, isn't he? You know. People don't vote now to put somebody in. They vote to keep people out. That wind's blowing. Can you hear it on the microphone? I'll see you in a minute. Anyway, everything they do is he's an educated fuckwit, isn't he? Brilliant lawyer, very well read, very well educated, very good at dealing with the court system and the way the system works. He's very good at it. There's no two ways about that. Go on, Ted, up you go. Go on, up. There he is, bugger, isn't he? But I just find it so frustrating. Let's take something very simple, right? The simplest of things, right? You don't have to be educated or anything to know this. And the problem with someone like him who is educated, he's never really involved himself with ordinary people. He doesn't see what an ordinary person's life is like. how an ordinary person's life is actually impacted. It's all theory and reports from other educated fuckwits, you know. Just take, for example, the most obvious one that comes to mind: stopping the illegal immigrants. No, they're not illegal. Oh, shut up. They're undesirables. We don't want them here. But he said, "Oh, I'm going to put the stuff. I'm going to smash the gangs." Now, every working class person in the country, and probably middle class, and quite a lot of the educated and upper class, know that's stupid. Yes, continue to do that and punish bad people and take them out of circulation. But when you take any of them out of circulation by putting them in the nick, right? Within a few hours, somebody has taken their place. You know, so you haven't smashed a gang, you've just replaced it with another one. And then you've got to go and do all the work again to catch them. So in the meantime, this crime, or whatever you want to call it, or undesirable actions, are still going to carry on. It doesn't stop anything. And like, the only way to stop them coming, besides physically catching their boats and going no and pushing them back, or picking them up, sticking them on a boat and going straight back to France with them, which is with all the money spent, that would be a brilliant idea. Just do that. Think they're rescued and then boom, take them back. And then they're in France. There's no danger there. So if they are going to get here, because we're not going to do that because human rights are all involved. Bear in mind, there is no such thing as human rights. That's a made-up concept. If you want to find out a human right, go into a jungle, and when a lion comes to attack you, goes against my human rights. He's going to go, "Oh, you're dinner, mate," and that's the end of it. So human rights is just the way we should treat other humans. So I understand that to a degree, but it's gone too far now. It's extreme. We're letting bad people do what they want because of human rights. We're letting bad people stay where they want because of human rights. You know, and there's a catalogue of incidents where people have been let off in court and not gone to jail, not being deported to their home countries because of human rights, you know. Which is just nonsense. Well, not complete nonsense, but quite a lot of nonsense. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So, all right, so human rights, we've got to take them in, right, fine. And of course they get here, they get a phone. I've seen it on the videos, they're all being handed phones. And they're put up in hotels, and the areas they're going to, terrible things are happening around all those areas where they're grouped together, you know, from a few dozen to a few hundred. And Bournemouth, I know a bit about Bournemouth, and I've got friends down that way, and there's just the most atrocious things happening, and people are doing nothing about it. The law. Anyway, the only way to really stop them is to make it undesirable. Say, all right, human rights, you're in danger, you can't go back to your home country, you've got from France to here, fine. Now you can go, and this has been said lately, and I thought, oh, I've been saying it to myself for a couple of years, easy. When they get here, you pick one of the islands up in Scotland, off Scotland, and there's loads of empty islands, nothing on them, quite a lot. Right, don't pick one with 40 people living on it. No, don't disrupt their life. Pick an empty island. So you put them on an island. You go, oh, but then you've got to build this, that, and the other. Look, the army have got everything you need. Whenever they go out to around the world in this conflict, they always start with an FOB, a forward operating base. And that effectively is a small town. And it's got sleeping accommodation, leisure accommodation, and stuff like that. And they've got all this stuff in storage now in various camps around the country. So set up a forward operating base. Oh, it's like a concentration camp. Yeah, it is a bit. They're undesirables. And you can feed and water them. Don't give them any money. Don't give them any phones. Put a pay phone in there so they can contact their friends. No, actually, let them have the mobile phones because they'll ring all their friends in France or travelling up to France from wherever in the world, and they'll say, "This is terrible. I've never been so cold in my life. Oh yeah, I got somewhere to sleep, which is nice and warm, and we can watch telly. That's about it. There's no women, no women at all. Not even our own women, you know. The women and children, I'd say fair enough, take them in, look after them, and then let that go through some sort of a process. But it's all these single men. It's an invasion, all right? Don't be surprised if after a period of time, if it carries on like this, one day, because they've all got phones, they'll all get a text one day, today's the day, Saturday, this weekend. And they'll all just go into a shop, they'll purchase a weapon of some sort, and at 12 o'clock noon, they'll all go to shopping malls or busy streets or children's play centres, like the guy in Southport, the dance club thing. They'll go to places like that, and they will create havoc. Isn't it awful to think that's got to happen before somebody in power will go, I can see the future, because I'm a, you know, mystic. But it doesn't take much working out. And if they pay like £1,500, somewhere between £1,500 and £5,000, it's been said, to get to England on a boat, where are they getting that money? Who's to say they're not being funded by a terrorist organisation or somebody, another country in the world that doesn't like us, means us harm? Right, we'll just send them all over, thousands and thousands and thousands. We'll even send regular people that genuinely are in need or desperate. But in amongst all those people, if 10% of the people that are brought into this country are undercover terrorists, if you like, that is a small army. That is a small army spread out all over the country in densely populated areas usually. If it happens, there'll be a revolution in the country. I wouldn't be surprised. People are getting to breaking point now. I'm just tired of it. Oh, we're such do-gooders. No, let's not be do-gooders. Let's be clinical, practical, and go, I don't care if you don't like it. You're disrupting the understanding of British life and British people and British culture. You know, God, we don't even get on with each other sometimes. How do you expect us to get on with people so different to us? It's too much. If anyone who does stay has, one, got to learn the language perfectly. You can have an accent, a dialect, by all means. And English has got to become your first language. Anyway, people looking at me, talking to me, so that'll do. Anyway, see you later. Bye for now. Bye.